I really enjoy talking about the things that I love. And I mean these different franchises that I'm into. I'm a total nerd, as you can see by a very large Transformers collection, some Lego Star Wars sets here and there. I'm wearing a Star Wars shirt. I'm a total nerd. I even have a bunch of video game-based action figures on top of my video game consoles over there. I'm a nerd. And I love all these different franchises. And my favorite thing to do is talk about what I love about these franchises. Such as the characters from the Beast Wars Transformers series, like Megatron here. Characters who are just really, really amazing. Characters that truly stand out and are memorable in many ways and made the show as brilliant as it was. I could talk about my love for the character of Batman and the many comics and stories that came about from this crime-fighting detective, and just how excited I am for the upcoming movie, which, yeah, it's coming out very soon. It's actually surprising. I'm very excited. I love this Lego Batmobiles from the movie. I could talk about some of my favorite Star Wars characters and how much they mean to me and how much their stories have impacted my life, such as Ahsoka Tano here. I could talk about that. I could talk about the Doom franchise and just the sheer fun that the violence brings. I know I sound like a sociopath, but it is truly fun slaughtering demons to the most badass music possible. And I love this piece of merchandise. It's the numbskull, Doomslayer collectible toy from Doom Eternal. Love it. I could talk about the Halo series and why I love it. Why I love it so much, because it's just pure sci-fi, and playing the games reminded me of why I love the science fiction genre. But I'm not talking about those things at all. I could, but I won't. I'm instead going to talk about something that means more to me. Something important. I'm here to talk about the legacy of two specific games. Two games that shaped my childhood, my life, and my understanding of Transformers. I'm talking about Transformers War for Cybertron and Fall of Cybertron. But I want to talk about one specific character design and a figure of it. I present to you the Planet X Vulcun, a third-party take on the Transformers Fall of Cybertron. Grimlock. Welcome back to the awesomeness of Planet X. Planet X truly outdid themselves with this figure. This Grimlock is one of the best Transformers figures I've ever owned. I'm just getting that out of the way. This is an utterly beautiful figure that not only captures the in-game model almost perfectly, but it captures the essence of Grimlock's character. And it's just absolutely incredible. I've looked up more stuff involving third-party Grimlock figures. This one is probably the best and most cleverly engineered out of all of them. This is so amazing. I cannot begin to stress how much I love this thing. First off, the head sculpt. That is just beautiful right there. Perfectly captures the in-game model. It's just absolutely incredible. You even have a nice little spot for an Autobot sticker, sticker of an Autobot symbol, right there if you want to. After all, it is a third-party company, so, they kind of can't use those. I haven't gotten any, so I don't have it on my Grimlock or Mega Supreme. But one day I will. Other thing to know about the head is these teeth are fucking sharp as hell. Seriously, I went to move his little flamethrower tongue in here, which, yes, is a nice little feature. And, I brought my finger, my finger kind of came down on these, and I was surprised by how sharp they were. Be careful around these. These could fucking draw blood. And the eyes have incredible light piping. It is just, that's awesome. That is so awesome right there. And just the stature of this figure it's amazing. And it doesn't even have that much paint on it. Most of it is unpainted plastic. It's one of this sort of shiny, sort of gunmetal, silverish type color. It's beautiful looking. The parts that are painted are usually these pinkish, reddish sections that are more for the energon glow, and some of the more mustardy colored section around here. It's kind of coming off the camera. You can see the parts that are colored like that are plastic and that are painted. You know, it's much easier to notice on camera, you know, when you're kind of looking through the camera, but in person, it's actually pretty well, you know, they look similar enough that it won't really draw your attention away from how awesome this figure looks. Love the translucent plastic there in the hip. That just looks awesome. Nice silver arms too, and these aren't really too sharp, but still be careful, it might take an eye out. The legs, nice and long. Back here, this is just a nice clean figure. On the back here, you actually do get these are the robot mode knee pads. Lift these up and you get little thrusters in there. And that, just like the game. That's so cool. I love that. It's just like the game. So you can actually get him charging like you could in the game. And the tail is just magnificent looking. I will get more into the tail later, but this is just way better than what Hasbro did with their Grimlock. This is just a spectacular figure. And when you think about it, how hard is it really to make a good dinosaur mode? Like, make a good toy of a robotic dinosaur? It really shouldn't be that hard, right? You just gotta make it look like, just gotta take a dinosaur, make it robotic, and it's great. And that's basically the essence of what Grimlock is. He's a robotic dinosaur that's just absolutely awesome. And that's what the thing is. This thing is solid. Like I'm shooting the table. He's solid. He's planted on the ground. He's not going anywhere. This thing is incredible. I love it. It's just amazing. And like I said, it perfectly captures the viciousness and the ferocity of the Dino mode that we expect Grimlock to have. I mean, it is easily one of, if not the best Grimlock design ever. Okay, I won't say the best, because there have been amazing Grimlock designs, especially from the IDW comics, which Planet X has actually made, you know, an IDW Grimlock. So if you like the IDW Grimlock as well, you could go pick that up. It's their latest figure. I can't remember what it's called off the top of my head, but you get the idea. They have been making some IDW stuff, but personally, I'll pass on those. I'm more focused on their video game stuff because they're the only third-party company making video game stuff. So yeah, it's quite impressive. I must say it's absolutely spectacular. This figure's articulation is out of this world, honestly. Like, it is spectacular. Like, I really only have one nitpick about the articulation, and I'll get to it in like a little bit. So first of all, head can look up and down, as well as rotate right there. Nice, good swivel there. And the head can even pull forward. You can kind of see a bit more under there, little sliding rail. Allows for more upward and downward movement, as well as some side to side. Having the head extended actually allows you to open the jaw way more. You do get his little flamethrower tongue right there. The arms can rotate right there. You also get a hinge joint outwards. A really tight bend at the elbow. Holy crap. If you ever want to see what a T-Rex looked like with fully straightened arms, there you go. I hope you have nightmares about this, because I will. Even the top two claws are on a hinge joint. They did not need to do that, but they did. The mad lads. The hips can rotate forward and backwards. They are actually on a series, like a double hinge right there, that allows for far more, space there. They can go outwards that far, but if you do kind of work with the joints and everything, you can get some a really nice, good old spread there. Yeah, that's pretty good. Get a thigh swivel right there. This is a bend at the knee right there, as well as a bend at the knee / elbow right there. That's pretty good. And then you get a hinge joint at the ankle here. So that's really nice, and forward and backwards. I really wish there was a tilt. That's my only complaint about the articulation. I wish there was an ankle tilt, like an ankle pivot. Because then he would be able to get wider stance more naturally. I mean, he can stay in a wider stance, no problem. but I just wish it was there for the extra stability. That's really my only real complaint about this mode. Who cares? Minor nitpick, not a problem. At least he has ankle joints. As already mentioned, hinge joints at these knee pads / thrusters, so he can fart his way forward. And if you come to the tail, the main event right here, oh boy. So, you know how a lot of Grimlock toys have, static tails because for some reason Hasbro can't be bothered to engineer a proper moving tail on Grimlock? Well, not anymore. Hinge joint, and a hinge joint. You get some nice, good tail curving action right there. That is just incredible. I genuinely don't think I could have asked for a better tail for this figure, especially when you consider the transformation. It's just absolutely incredible. The articulation on this figure is fantastic. I mean, I would hope it is, considering the price, but still, I'm blown away by the tail, especially when you consider how it's engineered into the transformation. I don't know about you, but that's a badass dinosaur right there. That's just awesome. I love it. It's so fucking cool. And it's Grimlock. That's what this is. This is Grimlock right here. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. There is no denying that this is probably the best third-party figure of Grimlock ever, as it just Grimlock in general. It truly captures the feeling that you get when you think of Grimlock's character, especially in this mode. The rage, the unstable, uncontainable rage, the ferocity, just everything. If you see it, you feel it right here. It is absolutely incredible. This salutes the High Moon Studios Transformers games, as this is a figure that embodies the awesomeness of those games. It embodies what I've seen of the awesomeness of Planet X. And it's truly, truly amazing. But of course, with the Transformers toy review, without some size comparisons. So why not? Let's get into it. There's really not much to compare him to. Here he is with some random deluxes. Some random Voyager class dudes. And some random Leader class dudes. And the final size comparison of the Dyna mode is going to be a very important section of this video. Here is the Studio Series 86 Grimlock. Now, I like the Studio Series 86 Grimlock. I think it's a good figure. Do I think it's overrated? Definitely. This is not the best figure of this year, and I don't think it's the best Grimlock figure ever made. I think Hasbro held back so much, and honestly, we could have gotten something so much better. But here's the issue. People are claiming, specifically on Prime vs. Prime's video, where he reviewed the Planet X Vulcun, specifically the metallic version, and in the comment section there were people saying that the Studio Series 86 Grimlock was better. I want you to let that sink. I want you to let that sink in. They're saying that this is better than this. I mean, when you have a figure that's missing his front teeth for no reason and has extremely lackluster articulation, nothing at the ankles, nothing at the tail, not even much at the head. Look, that's all you can get at the head. And honestly, one that does, you get a lackluster Tyrannosaurus mode, and that's like the most important mode for Grimlock right there. You don't just screw that up, but Hasbro did. This figure, it feels very cheap, That's what I'm just gonna say it. I still think it's a good figure. I think it's fun. I think it is the best G1 inspired Grimlock that Hasbro has ever put out. But this is not the best Grimlock figure ever made. If you prefer it more, maybe because you just don't like the Fall of Cybertron designs, or you're more nostalgic for G1, or something like that, or because it's just cheaper, then that's fine. But just objectively, this is better. I mean, I would hope it's better. You know, it's $50 compared to $135, but, you know, still, people are saying this is better. No. And you can't, but you can't say, oh, you can't compare, you know, bro figures to third-party figures that are like 3 times its price. And I'm not just comparing this to a third-party figure. You know, I'm holding this to Hasbro standards. Okay? Because Hasbro released a figure that is way, way better than this. That honestly is one of the best figures of this year. And in fact, was released around the same time as the Studio Series 86 Grimlock. You know what that figure was? The Kingdom Leader Class Megatron. First of all, this figure actually has better ankle articulation than the Planet X Vulcun. Actually, yeah. See, he has forward, backward, you know, up and down, as well as some nice tilt. But he also has tail articulation. And you know what's even crazier? You know what's even crazier? You know, I'm gonna take Planet X Vulcun out of the picture for now. I know it's hard to live a life without Planet X Vulcun in it, but yeah. These are both leader class figures. They cost the same amount. They were released around the same time. One was truly a project of passion where they loved the character and gave it their all, creating a figure that has an organic beast mode that covers up almost every last bit of possible robot mode capable, while being super articulated. The other feels like a figure that was rushed, had no love or passion put into the design, and has weaker articulation in its beast mode, in its dinosaur mode, despite it being a much easier design to make a figure out of. I'm not holding this thing to third-party standards. I'm holding it to Hasbro standards. This is good. It is not amazing. It is good. This is amazing. And this is awesome.
Also, I just thought I'd say this. This is the most dynamic pose you can get out of this figure without it looking like crap. I wish it weren't true. I wish this Dino mode were better articulated. It genuinely hurts that it's not better articulated.
So now we're moving on to the most interesting part, which I'm not really going to go into detail on because that would be a waste of time. You can go watch other reviewers for that. So it'll just be a time lapse with cool music. But the transformation is truly spectacular. It's so much fun. I cannot stop doing it. I've been transforming it back and forth for about a month now. It's so much fun. I love it with all of my heart and soul. It is great. And it is beautifully engineered. So, let's crack open a can of Faygo, because fuck Mountain Dew, and get into it. There is no denying that this right here is
Grimlock!
and is fucking fantastic.
Yeah, I love this thing!
First of all, that head sculpt is beautiful. Absolutely perfect. Looks just like how he did in the game. With some nice, beautiful light piping right there. Oh, that just looks so awesome. That looks intimidating, honestly. Not gonna lie. But it's perfect for Grimlock. He's meant to be this intimidating monster man. That chest is just perfect. It straight up does look like a human chest at times, but it's just perfect proportion with the rest of his body. He's nice and chunky and solid. You know, he's not going anywhere anytime soon. Look at these legs. They're nice and thick and just awesome. And even get on the back. Yes, this is the tail on the back of his legs. I know, it's incredible. Even the back is fairly, okay, I wouldn't really call it clean, but what else are you supposed to do with a gigantic dinosaur head? Honestly, what they did was pretty good and fairly game accurate when you think about it. Yeah. Here's the game model. It's pretty damn accurate. Even this top section right here is accurate. Yeah, when I first opened this figure, when I first opened the box for this figure, I was just so impressed. I mean, I figured it would be good, but man, this is really giving that Omega Supreme a run for his money. Let me tell ya. And this figure feels like it has some good weight and girth behind it. This is nice and bulky and chunky. It feels like they just ripped Grimlock straight out of the game and made a toy of it. Just pulled it out of the TV screen or whatever you're playing on, computer screen, you're playing on PC, whatever. I just pulled it out the screen and put it in plastic form. It's incredible. I love it. And the articulation is absolutely fantastic. Ball joint at the head, so you get nice, good range of motion there. Can't really look down that much, but hey, you got all this beautiful range right there. There. Rotation at the arm. Arm moves out. You get double joint here, which is awesome. You know, bicep swivel. Double bend at the elbow when you think about it, because there's a joint here and a joint here. You can use that all you want. These toesies, these dino toes, are on hinges, which is awesome. Wrist swivels and an opening hands. Opening hands. I love it. I love it. Every third-party figure that is this size, it's like a good size, should have opening hands. If they're like small, like legend size figures, you know, no opening hands not required. But if it's like something like this, yes. Now, waist rotation, nice. And I will figure I bring this up. The backpack here does not tab in. It doesn't. So there's like kind of like a nice cutout area of the body where it sits. And the reason for that is because so that it doesn't prohibit a waist swivel. Just sort of puts it away. So he's sniffing his own butt, really. Kind of weird, Grimlock. Grimlock, you're into some weird shit.
Me Grimlock, no. Me Grimlock, no care.
Anyway, forward at the leg, backward at the leg. Can do some full splits.
Ow! Me Grimlock crotch hurt.
Got a nice tight thigh swivel. Get a ratcheted knee bend. You get another knee joint there, mostly for transformation. Get hinge at the knee pad here, which is expected. These are the boosters in Dino mode. And you do get a pivot at the ankle here, but it's kind of difficult just due to these tail pieces being in the back. You're not going to get much, but if you work with it, you can get some pretty wide poses, some pretty good poses. I mean, I don't think he really needs to go super far into like a super deep stance, like super deep A-frame stance. But I think this is plenty. I think this is plenty, really. And the articulation gets even better when you introduce some accessories. Yeah, big ass shield, and plugged into the back here is a big ass sword, and a sharp sword too. Oof, gosh, ooh, that's sharp. Careful, don't want to slit your wrist with that one. You take this big shield, you can just plug it right into his hand. Looks awesome. For the sword, you get this little section that you flip down, plug it into his hand, and close it back up. And now Grimlock is armed to the teeth. Once again, this figure truly captures the essence of Grimlock's character, his rage, just how damn stubborn he is, his hatred for Decepticons and even for some Autobots, his just viciousness in battle, his brutality, all of it. And the accessories help. And these are the only accessories that this figure needed. If it came with more, it probably would have been way too much. Sword and shield, that's all he needs. And honestly, these are just perfect. The perfect accessories for a, I'll say, perfect figure. I am just truly blown away by how fantastic this is. And what's a Transformers toy review without some size comparison? I already used that. Fuck. Got the random Deluxe class dudes, some random Voyager class dudes, some random Leader class dudes, so you can see he's basically about Leader class size. And of course, it's not one of my videos without smack talking Studio Series 86. So yes, SS86 Grimlock is slightly taller. Hold these in your hand. This one's definitely worth the money. This one, not so much. I'd say wait for it to go on sale. This one, buy it whenever you can. Like I said, this Grimlock's good, but Hasbro held back. They could have done so much more. Planet X, they did not hold back with Vulcun here. They definitely did not. And I'm gonna be real with you. People say this is the best Studio Series 86 figure. I disagree. Best Studio Series 86 figure is Retgar. This is actually amazing. I love it. This is such an awesome figure. He has an unintentional ab crunch. It's for transformation, but it's a transformation droid, but still. He has amazing articulation. It's fun. I genuinely love this figure. It's the best Studio Series... excuse me. It is the best Studio Series 86 figure. He has nipple cannons. It's just perfect. And it's fun. I love it. If every other figure in Studio Series 86 were like this, I would really have no problem with the line. But no. Instead, they were all... They were very disappointing, most of them. Grimlock being the only real good one of the first wave. But this is what they all should have been like. This is awesome. But yeah, you really can't tell me that this is better than this. Oh, they're two different styles. What is G1? One is video game. It don't matter. People are saying this is better. Nah, it's good, but not as good as this. And of course, here's Grimlock with my only other Planet X figure so far. Genesis, their Omega Supreme. From different games. But man, they look amazing together. Honestly, wow. I love this, and it's still super impressive. But I think this is just, I love them equally. Honestly, they accomplish different things. They impress me in different ways, honestly. I mean, go watch my, honestly, kind of cringe review of Omega Supreme there. It's just, wow. It's incredible. I love it. That's just, wow. I'm definitely getting a lot of Planet X's figures. I'm getting so many of them. I'm gonna start a Planet X collection. You'll see. It'll take a while, but you'll see. Still waiting for that Optimus Prime to be available again. I don't want the metallic version. I want the regular version. Planet X, can you please just get the regular version back out? Can you please just re-release that? Can you please reissue that, please? Please, I want the Optimus Prime already! But yeah, these guys are cool. These guys are so amazing. I love it. It's just, wow. As someone who loves the video games, this is like a love letter to us fans of the video games. I'm loving it. I'm definitely gonna have to get some sticker sheets for these guys, specifically for like the video game faction logos, because I'm gonna have to load these guys up with some Autobot symbols. This is great. Planet X, keep going. Can you make a sound wave, please, and a Jetfire? I would love y'all forever. Yes, this is just impressive. Very well done, Planet X. You did a great job with both of these guys. This is PX01. This is their first figure. This is their 6th figure. I'm gonna get all the other Dinobots. They made the other 4 Dinobots before Grimlock. They saved Grimlock for last. That's a good choice. So yeah, I'm gonna be getting the other Dinobots. Just you wait. Just you wait. So with all that being said, why do I love this figure so much? Is it my nostalgia for the video games, Transformers War for Cybertron and Fall of Cybertron? Could it just be the fact that I love Grimlock as a character and just think this design is a perfect representation of just any Grimlock? Is it because it's just a damn good figure? Or is it just because I love Transformers? The answer to all of that is yes. And I think a lot of people feel the same. But another thing is, I've only collected 3 third-party Transformers figures in my life so far. I collected this, the Planet X Genesis, and the Toy World Freedom Leader. Now this is a big boy right here, but I love it. Mwah. This is a good figure. Not much I can really say about it though. Not as much as I could say about Grimlock, but it's still a great figure. And it comes with this big ass rifle, like holy shit, I can like, it's like a handheld gun for me. What the fuck? It's so cool. So awesome. But I specifically chose Grimlock because this is what many third-party companies need to learn. This isn't about being overly complex with its transformation to achieve peak accuracy. Planet X worked with what they had. They didn't just go, oh, we're gonna make a super accurate Grimlock and only focus on accuracy. Takara, you could learn a few things from that. Fucking pull your heads out of your asses. No, no. They made a fun figure. And a good figure. One that Transformers fans can really enjoy. And it's not too pricey. It's actually on the cheaper side of third-party figures. Is it very big? No. Does it have any die-cast metal in it? No. Is it super articulated where it can flip you off if you want it to? No. But it's fun, it's good, and it's just a really good representation of the Fall of Cybertron Grimlock, which is one of my favorite Grimlock designs. It appears Planet X really does like Grimlock. It appears they really do like him. And yeah, this is just what we needed. I give this figure the honor of Darksaber, as it truly deserves it. This figure is, for me, a 10 out of 10. Congratulations, Planet X. You won me over again. I'll be buying more of your products. Having said all that, my name is Awesomeness Prime, and I'm glad I could show you even more of the awesomeness of Planet X. See ya.